Good afternoon, everyone. My name's Iain MacDonald, VPHR for Service and Solutions EMEA. Really pleased to join the call today. It's great to hear the speakers presenting with such enthusiasm and passion for their topic, and hopefully I'll try and do something similar for the UK Veterans Group. Now, we are newly formed. In fact, we're not even formed yet. There's about 6 of us in total. We do have a leader, that's Steve Woodbridge. He's a sales lead in IREF. But what people probably wouldn't know is much about veterans. I mean, I myself was an Army reservist for 34 years. You might not tell from the beard, but I was one. I'm out of it now. And we're looking for ways to recognise this group of employees and family members and dependents and others within the company. There is a well-established US veterans group. No surprise, probably the British version's a little bit different. We look at things in a slightly different way, and so we're looking to establish our own version of this. There is something called the Armed Forces Covenant. This is basically a covenant between the government and the population, if you will, about how we should treat our armed forces people. And what we're trying to establish within this group is a similar kind of arrangement where we will make sure we can recognise our armed forces and veterans community in perhaps a stronger way than we have thus today. Now, we're keen to recruit. We've just got bronze level Armed Forces Covenant recognition. I've just applied for silver. We're just kicking off a pilot to start recruiting former armed service personnel of all the services into the company. We know there's a war on talent, a huge one, and really we're missing an opportunity to tap into a group of people that have served their country once, and we think they can start a second career with Johnson Controls. So like I say, we've just set this up now. You can see our aims there is to provide support and recognition to both serving reservists and veterans, including cadet forces groups. They play a big part in what you see day to day. We're also keen to encourage family members. A lot of folks come from the armed forces, but often it's the untold family members that perhaps pay the price for from their loved ones being in the armed forces. So we're keen to develop a relationship with those folks as well. We're also keen to really start to manage the whole mental health issues. A lot of veterans come out with PTSD. It's a well-known, probably perhaps overused term at times, but if you've ever served in something which can get a bit hairy and a bit exciting, then you'd understand what that could really look like. So we're really keen to focus on that aspect. We want to be able to encourage veterans to join us, be able to signpost them to other organisations, veterans groups, charities, things like the Army Benevolent Fund, Help for Heroes, etc., and really just make sure that our employees and the veterans members have got other places to turn to if they're not sure. As I say, it's very early days. We're just forming now. We've only got about 6 people at the moment. We're actively trying to determine, in fact, how many people are former members of the armed forces. It's not something we track at all at the moment, so we're going to go out to ask employees that. We don't know how many people are serving reservists. A lot of people don't like to say, perhaps because there's a stigma associated with having been in the army or the navy or the air force or whatever. A lot of people don't even like to acknowledge the fact that they've served there previously, but we know, and the evidence is overwhelming, that a lot of employees coming from the armed forces make fantastic employees. They've got a second career, a second opportunity, and we want to create a platform that allows those folks to get together. Our aim will be to have some sessions through the year once we get up and running. We do envisage to see some charity work being done as well. As I say, we want to leverage some of the opportunities was mentioned at the start about taking some of JCI's cash and directing it towards some of these charities. So I just want to thank you for the opportunity, Caroline and team. As I say, this is new. We're looking for anybody. You don't have to have been ex-green, ex-blue. It doesn't matter whether you didn't serve at all. It's more about, have you got an interest? Would you like to help? And you can be an active or a more passive member. We really just want people to help join this team, get it up and running. Those who've got a bit of time, have got a lot of experience in your chapters and you're really running, I will beg and steal anything. There's no point reinventing the wheel if the wheel's out there. So if someone's got some great ideas on how to help us get this up and running, then I'm all ears. As I say, Steve couldn't make it today, and I'm sure he'll do be much more eloquent in his approach to this. But as I say, I'm probably the sponsor for it, the way things are going at the moment. So just let me know if you can help us out. And as I say, in the next few weeks, we hope to promote this more fully, and then you'll start to hear it. And by the way, the little badge on the right is this badge here. You might not see it. It's the veterans badge. And when you've been in the forces, you can apply for that. You can't get it for free. You have to apply for it. And you may see people wearing it on the lapel, and that's a kind of symbol that some of us have been in a band of brothers and sisters at some stage, and we've got a common bond. And the times I've been in places where people have stopped me because of that badge, because people know what you've been through, and it doesn't matter whether you've been a full-time or a part-time reservist, there's still a connection. That's what we want to continue within Johnson Controls. So thank you very much for your time today.